Greetings, fam. So the other day I called into Dumbfounded's podcast, Fun with Dumb. And so I wanted to show a clip. This is Dumbfounded, Jonathan Park. I met this guy at an open mic in K-Town back between '07 and '09. He was a regular there and he was the best at freestyling out of anybody there. And I found out that he's part of Project Blowed. This guy has collaborated with people like AC Alone and Abstract Rude and Anderson Paak as well. Beyond that, he really made a name for himself in the battle circuit in LA and even on an international scale. So when it comes to rap and freestyle rap specifically, this guy was a huge inspiration to me. He really made me want to level up with the bars, and it's been so dope to see him blow up on YouTube on an exponential scale. And having known him before he became famous, that was so cool to just watch him grow like that. So, Fun with Dumb is the name of his podcast, and he has a couple regular hosts that join him with it. This is the other co host, and this is another dope rapper by the name of Lyricks, Korean dude from Virginia. He moved to LA, and during his early days in LA, I invited him to perform at my church, a couple different churches actually, and I was able to host a couple of those shows for him, and he was cool enough to come through. He started off doing a lot of Christian rap, but later on started blowing up as part of a two-man crew called Ear of the Ox, and they're still active doing their thing. Back in the day, he toured with Wu-Tang, so that gives you an idea of where he's at in terms of his skills to be able to even do something like that. And he's also very dope with the freestyles as well. So both of these guys are huge inspirations for me, and that's a little bit of the background. But during this particular episode of their podcast, they talked a lot about being the descendant of Korean immigrant parents, along with their other co-host, Steffi Bate. And that resonated a lot with me. Talked about verbal and physical abuse, culture barriers, language barriers, and how a lot of Korean immigrant parents, since because they have trouble connecting with their kids, they end up showing their love in other ways like acts of service and gifts. So that's all that to set this up, but here's the clip.
John Zoo. What's up, John?
What up, guys? How you doing, man?
Good. What's on your mind?
Chilling.
Yo, really enjoyed today's pod, man.
Thank you, man. I think a lot of people really it resonated to a lot
I
of
think
people.
we enjoyed it too. Like really, there's some
Yeah,
episodes
that,
where like,
Yeah.
this is like fun.
that was cathartic, and yeah, definitely struck a chord with me. Gave me flashbacks of my childhood too, man. It's crazy.
What was the
But
weirdest thing you got hit with?
my guitar.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wait,
Damn.
acoustic or electric? Because acoustic, that's like balsa wood, bro. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, it was
Really?
acoustic. Yeah, man. My mom caught me smoking one too many times, and she
Yeah.
just whacked me with that.
Ooh.
Damn, did it shatter on you?
Nah, but it did crack in the back of it, so I ended up covering it up with a sticker.
Nice, nice.
She was
nice.
she was artsy abusive.
Yeah. Which note did it strum?
Artsy abuse. There's different
Yeah,
types
I
of abuse.
I couldn't tell you that, but
Yeah.
yeah, but for real though, like all the physical, verbal abuse, and then acts of service, all of that resonated with me a lot.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: so my mom passed when I was 18,
That's a rough
and
age. Yeah.
yeah, and so there was a lot of baggage, culture barrier and language barrier on top of like all of that baggage. So, man, I just felt like I needed to vent, and that's the reason why I started rapping actually.
Right.
Um, and so, now in retrospect, I'm thankful for like, just if I think back on everything she did, but man, it was rough. It was rough growing
What
up.
ethnicity are you?
Korean.
I'm Korean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good thing
Yeah.
she hit you with the guitar because you would have gone into being rock music. You know what I mean? So because of
Damn.
that, you went into rap.
Yeah, man. But you know what, real quick, man. I mean, I know I give you guys your props every now and then, but just wanted to say you guys were huge inspirations for me, especially from '07 to 2017. So I'm thankful for me having gone into rap and connected with you guys. And the fact that you two connected, that's huge to me because individually, both of y'all inspired me a lot.
Wow.
And I remember I was like stoked when Rick moved to LA and I told Dom about him. And I was like, yo, man, you heard of this cat Lyrics? And I even remember, man, it was at G Kun Flow, and then you busted this. I even remember some lyrics from your freestyle because I was just like so like amazed that you could just freestyle off the top of your head. But you were like, because I mentioned lyrics, because I said he was a humble cat. You were like, but I'm a Thundercat. Been busting raps that you were in like underpants.
Oh, I
attended summer camp.
Wow.
Underpants with Thundercat. I like that.
And then you said something about I live next to a great dude named Jesus in a gray suit.
Oh, I do remember that. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I do remember that.
You flipped the Jesus on
that
me.
was in that like that rec center at Lafayette.
Damn,
Yeah.
John Zoo.
This
what
motherfucker, bro. How do you
Holy
know that?
shit.
Remember that? Because I actually do remember that.
Yeah.
That was
see,
crazy.
That's how much you guys were an inspiration to me. So it's dope that you guys linked up and you guys are tight now doing your thing with the podcast and everything else you're doing, man.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Like going down the memory lane because I do remember those bars specifically. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. There's one other thing I wanted to ask you because one person that's been super inspirational to me in recent times, from like 2018 till now, is a rapper named Harry Mack. You heard of him?
Yeah, of course.
The freestyle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's a genius, man. The way that I was impressed by Dumbfoundead's freestyles, I was just as impressed with this guy, if not more. I mean, no offense, man.
No, absolutely.
I like that he set up to 2017. He's like, oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Nah, Harry Mack definitely been leveling up. You know, when I first heard of him, like when he was kind of starting off at first, he would say Harry Mack a lot in his verse. You know what I mean? So I remember like his filler lines, but then now, you know, I've seen him doing like 8-minute joints with like bar mitzvah parties. Like he's nasty with it. He's undeniably a good freestyler. Anyone that could freestyle like from a boom bap rhythm and then start doing double time like on beat, that's next level.
I think it's just in general, I respect a lot of freestylers who keep that craft alive just because now it's become such a party trick as opposed to like in something that's a very respected craft.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So anyone who keeps that alive. Thanks for calling, bro. John, appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.